somebody was saying how California, the Democrats are arguing as senators, how it's 2 senators a state, it's not fair and all that shit. And they said California should have 10 senators. And I was like, sure, just break it up into 5 states. I'd be fine with that.
Sure.
All 5 of those states aren't going to vote Democrat every time. No, 3 of them might. You get 3 of them voting Democrat and maybe 2 of them voting Republican, and then you've just reduced the Democrats' electoral college power. You have more senators, but some of them will end up being Republican.
Yeah, New York. If New York was broken up into 3 parts, Long Island. Let's say Long Island is.
I want to talk about DC statehood too. But go ahead.
Yeah. DC statehood is another one, which
is hilarious.
I'm sympathetic to some of it. DC statehood.
Yeah, well, it's unfortunate that they don't have senators, but there's actually. I didn't even think about this angle. I actually read something because on its face, the entire District of Columbia becoming a state is unconstitutional, and you would need an amendment. But and the Democrats voted on it, which is the Republicans are not going to vote for it. But apparently, they have this scheme where the District of Columbia has to exist as the nation's capital, as a federal district. Well, they say shrink it down super small and then make the rest of DC a state. But what that makes me think of is, okay, if you can do that, shrink down the district to be tiny. There's some government workers in there. Don't even let them live there, by the way. Don't let them live there. They can live in Maryland or Virginia or wherever. But you shrink it to be tiny, and then the rest of DC is part of Maryland, and you already have 2 senators, and fuck off.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Because there's no reason Washington, D.C. would not exist if it wasn't created to be the capital. It would not. There was not a city there. It was literally a swamp. So I think that it sucks. If you feel like if you live in D.C., they didn't used to have electoral votes, by the way, which is more fucked up. They have them now. But if you feel bad about not having a senator, you could move a few miles away and live in Maryland and have a senator. Have 2 senators.
My idea,
but you can't. It's 700,000 people, which they say it's bigger than 2 states. But I used a calculator. And California, by Washington, D.C. rules, would be over 50 states if you divided it like that. It's fucking retarded. You can make any city a state.
You know what's funny? The Democrats wanted to name it the state of Columbia. But I thought Columbus was canceled. I thought Columbus was canceled. It's hilarious.
It's stupid. We could talk about like cancel culture. The word master is being phased out because of slavery. Like you can't say master bedroom. Which I don't know. I think it's ridiculous. And they did this to the word mistress. And the original meaning of the word mistress is actually the feminine of master.
Yeah.
Aside from it being like a, whatever, the guy who's cheating on his wife. The original meaning it was the wife, mistress. Right. And it also means like a master usually means you're an expert at something, a leader or an expert. That's the basic meaning of it. The original... It was applied to slavery, but the original meaning is just basically you're in charge of something generally. So it's funny, and so they're going to get rid of master's degrees, and it's just stupid.
Well, you know what they should get rid of? The name of Yale. Yale.
Oh yeah, well it was named after a slave trader.
So was Princeton. I'm not Princeton. Berkeley. Berkeley College is named after a fucking slave trader.
Some people have decided that there's an emergency that they have to rename John Wayne Airport. There's an emergency about like a 1970s Playboy interview where I guess he was too right wing or whatever. That's an emergency, really?
Yeah,
I mean, exactly. I don't care if they rename it or not. I think it's stupid though.
Well, they've been trying to rename Ronald Reagan International Airport in Washington D.C. Is it in D.C. Reagan International?
They call it D.C. Technically, it's in Virginia.
Yeah. So, that's one of the things, and then pretty soon I remember listening to them saying that they want to get rid of Mount Rushmore, like dynamite it out and give it back to the Indians.
Yeah, just like the Taliban.
Yeah, it's exactly like the fucking Taliban, it's the worst possible thing. It's something that the left has been doing since the 1960s.
Well, actually, one thing that's good, so people complain about Trump not doing anything, and maybe he's not doing a lot. There was an order that he put out, and I don't know how far the orders are going to be effective, but it was about basically you get 10 years for screwing with statues, and then some people actually were arrested in
Yes.
D.C. trying to take down the Andrew Jackson statue.
Yeah, and federal court. They're going to be tried in federal court, not in, and that's no joke either.
Well, yeah, because some of the local stuff is a joke. It's all controlled by Democrats. They're on board with, pulling down the statues and whatnot.
And listen, I'm okay. This is a democracy, right? You get the government you deserve. If you're in a Democrat state and they're pulling down statues, fuck you. You voted for these animals.
Eureka says the masters don't want us talking about them.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Dave says masters of the universe is doomed.
In my case, like I said, the only reason that's keeping me in New York is because I live in a Greek community in New York. I can walk outside and talk to someone in Greek and hear Greek speaking. I can get my Greek olive oil and whatnot, my gyros. But if it wasn't for that, I'd fucking move the hell out of here. I'd still want to move to Greece and live there, but I can't because every time I want to shut stuff down and leave, something keeps me here. Money, business, opportunity, all that shit. I want to leave and go back to Greece and live there. Or, barring that, because I hate New York, barring leaving, living in New York, I want to move to like Kentucky or fucking
there's got to be some places with Greek people in the United States. I don't know where.
Look,
there's got to be some other Greek diners and shit.
I'm saying the first part is sort of like tongue in cheek. The reason I'm here is because my relatives are here. But in my heart, I don't want to fucking live here anymore. I don't want to raise my kids here. I want to get the fuck out of here. This is a shithole. It's always been a shithole. One of my earliest memories of America is fucking seeing people murdered in the streets. I don't want to fucking live here anymore.
So people want the national anthem to be changed to Imagine.
Yeah, fuck. No, not Imagine. I just heard that some sort of like minor league.
Well, some people want it to be Imagine.
No, I read a story where a minor league soccer team in Oklahoma is going to change. They're no longer going to have the national anthems. It's going to be the "This land is your land, this land is my land."
But I thought that song was racist too, though.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Apparently, that's what they want. This land is your land. That's the fucking anthem.
But I thought that was problematic now because it really doesn't belong to anyone except the Native Americans. So it's misleading.
Exactly. Where the fuck are you going to take it? You can take it wherever you want. I think the national anthem should be Freebird from Leonard Skinner.